the virus is spreading rapidly. Of that we have no doubt. And it is very infectious. So one of the things that is worrisome is how quickly it's spreading, because in China, and I'm going to say, here's what I don't, with the China numbers, I'm not sure I'm going to believe the China numbers, but I'm going to say the same thing. We don't know actually how many cases, but it is spreading rapidly. And in Italy, the numbers have gone up dramatically in the last 2 weeks, and it appears that at the current rate of spread, where it doubles in 2 weeks, doubles in 2 weeks, doubles in 2 weeks, exponentially, that means in 6 weeks, the whole US population is going to be affected. Now, here's what we need to understand. You are not going to escape the coronavirus. You are going to get it. Whether or not your immune system, it's all about your immune system, how strong your immune system is. So I'm going to say the same thing as I've always said. When's the best time to get healthy? It's right now. And if you aren't healthy, if you have illnesses, diabetes, poor immune system, autoimmune systems, if you are over 80, you need to be worried, because that's where we're seeing the worst things. So when we get around to this, I'm going to tell you how to make sure you're taking good care of yourself, but you are not going to escape being exposed. What they're trying to do is limit the sharp spiking of cases. We don't want everyone sick at the same time so that the hospitals are overwhelmed. I mean, the hospitals are already full of sick people right now, and we dump this on. We don't have enough ventilators, we don't have enough doctors, they're already overworked. So what they're doing by isolating us is just trying to slow the spread down, but it's actually going to take longer, but that's going to mean that you don't have as many people in the hospital at the same time, which kind of makes sense. And I listened to Governor Newsom do his 30-minute talk last night on the news, and to me it's crazy town. They say, we have sent all the kids home from school to slow down the spread of the virus, but what we need to do now is open child care centers. I mean, this is crazy town. Why don't you just leave the schools open? So again, what's the political agenda? What's going on? None of this makes sense to me, what's going on. Now, as with any virus, any flu, any epidemic, any pandemic, it increases and then decreases. So here's some of the good news. Coming out of China right now this morning, the cases have already started to drop. So I'm thinking this thing's going to blow over a lot faster. Governor Newsom said last night, schools are closed until next year. This could last a year or 18 months. I don't see that happening. I remember Ebola was going to kill us all. It's probably the most deadly thing, and it washed over in just a couple months. So we did have a couple cases. It's not as infectious and spread, but the growth is already on the downturn. That's the good news. And FDR, in the Depression, FDR said the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. My big fear is restaurants are closed, businesses are closed. The stress is what's going to kill us, just the worry. Now, as we look at who dies, so far the death rate is about 15% if you're over 80. It's 8% if you're over 70. It drops down to 3.5% if you're 60 to 69. And then hardly anything under 50. Now here in Gilroy, we did have a 50-year-old die yesterday, I believe we saw in the news. So I'm not saying it's not going to happen. Elderly people, you need to be concerned. You need to make sure you're taking good care of yourself. Your immune system is jeopardizing you. So if you're under 50, you probably shouldn't even worry. I mean, obviously take the precautions. Risk factors, age, smokers, obesity, chronic illness, again, anything that runs your immune system down is a problem. And what about the face mask? The face masks do no good. Although, if you have the right face mask, this is mostly spread through the air, through coughing, the droplets of water carrying the virus. So if you're sick and you wear the mask, you're going to keep it from spreading to someone else. But if you are wearing a mask to avoid the virus is small, it's going to go through that mask. It's spread mostly through the air, through respiration. So if you're coughing, stay home. If someone's coughing, you should get away from them.